Hey guys, what's up? Today we're gonna be comparing Slashes. One's two-wheel drive and one's four-wheel drive. That's it. See you guys later. That's a wrap. Hey guys, what's up? Today we're just gonna be doing an overview of the two Slashes provided by Traxxas. One of which is on the left. That one is a two-wheel drive. The one on the right is a four-wheel drive. Now, to kick it off, there are many types of these cars, or different models of these cars, you could say. Like the two-wheel drive comes brushed or brushless, and the four-wheel drive, you have like a baseline model with a HCG chassis or high CG chassis with plastic parts instead of aluminum right here. Those will be plastic, won't have big bore shocks or sway bars. But that model starts around like $450 roughly, and then it moves up to the Platinum Slash, where it comes with a clear body, no remote, no receiver, and no battery or anything. It's more of a race one. And then that one is roughly around maybe $450-ish, $400, but the Platinum does come with the aluminum, the GTR shocks, and then the sway bars also with the low or LCG chassis at this point. The next one up is the Ultimate, which comes ready to run. It comes with a body similar to like this, and you kind of can pick that one out. Comes tires, battery, comes with a 4200 mAh battery instead of the old 3000 mAh. It comes with the big bore shocks instead of the GTRs. And that's basically it. That one's around $500 to $600. And all of those cars that I just listed have the Valenion in it. So they're all brushless and waterproof. Now the two-wheel drive, it comes brushed with the, you could get it like a really low baseline model. Just blue body, blue or red body, brushed. That'll be around like maybe $200. And then you could go up to brushless, where it comes with a body like this, or a race replica as they call it, and that'll be around $300 to $350 depending on where you get it from. But now these cars are starting to come with onboard audio and TSM, and when I bought these cars, that did not exist yet. So that's going to bump it up another $50 in price if you get that. It's just, you kind of have to now. You can't go out and buy a ready to run model without it. But speaking of TSM, when you have a Slash 4x4, you really don't need it. The front just stays in line because it's front wheel drive also, 4x4. But the two wheel drive, it gets a little squirrely sometimes, but sometimes that can be fun, I guess. But it's just kind of what you prefer. If you prefer to have all that handling and traction and control, then you could definitely go invest your money in that. But it's not something I would invest my money in, just my honest opinion. But next thing about these cars we're going to talk about is the electronics in them. So if we just take the bodies off and get right into it. Now Traxxas, all the Traxxas models come with a 4-pole system now. They did have a 2-pole system in it, but now it's a 4-pole. They just upgraded their ESC motor. It's in all other cars for the most part, except their 1/8 scale, or 1/8 scale and stuff, and 1/5 scale, which is the X Max and E Max and stuff like that. But it's a good system, like it. That's another video though. We have a video on that. They all come with the 2075 steering servo, which this servo is great for the price. It has high torque, waterproof, never had a problem with it. Every once in a while though, if you come off with a jump wrong and you turn your tires or something, you will break your gears. That's only happened to me one time though, so I wouldn't be too worried about that. So the next thing we're going to talk about these cars is the driveline. The 4x4 driveline can handle up to 6S. I have seen people with a Mamba Max in this thing just romping on it and haven't really had any problems with the differentials or anything. It's just the drive shafts. So like these little plastic shafts in here, they don't really last that long. I'm not sure if you can see that, but they are stretched pretty good. I can fit like a toothpick in there. Right there. But they break, they like to break, they twist off and shit, which is kind of sad, saying that Traxxas is investing the money in speakers instead of steel drive shafts. But I have MIPs on the back, just bones. I'm going to get X2Ds here pretty soon. So I'm just done with drive shafts, so they stop breaking. But that's something you need to do on both vehicles. Not so much the two-wheel drive, because they're like half the cost as a four-wheel drive because you're buying double as much. But the fronts don't really have a tendency to break as often as the rears do, just because the front doesn't have as much strain on it, but they still break. But another thing we're going to talk about on this car is, I guess you could say, parts availability, which isn't too much of a problem with these. You can go up to your local hobby shop and get parts for both of these cars. No matter what you have, they will probably have it in stock. If you wanted to, you could honestly go up to the hobby shop and ask for all the parts and probably build a car as long as they have the parts in stock. That's how good the parts availability is. But there are a lot of aftermarket parts for these cars, like STRC aluminum and RPM and Proline and stuff. Like, these are Proline trenches on the cars. They're a lot better than the BFGs. But some of the stuff Traxxas already handled, like the shocks, if you upgraded to the Platinum, the Ultimate, and the aluminum, and the sway bars. These sway bars are a must on the 4x4. The car, instead of just rolling over, it just likes to slide. So if you're a drifter, sway bars are for you. But another thing we're going to talk about is chassis. As you can see, the chassis is pretty high on that. The 4x4, not so much. Now, if you're racing, this car is going to be one of the better cars for you. I know there's better cars out there, but if you're going to be on a budget, then that's something I'd invest my money in. They do make LCG kit for the two-wheel drive. Just haven't gotten it yet, or I'm not sure we're going to invest our money in that. But the high CG hasn't given us too much trouble. Just crack the back tabs every once in a while. That's about it, where those screws poke through. But chassis are cheap. They're only like $15, $20 and take about a half hour to switch everything over. So not too bad. But next thing we're going to talk about, I guess, is batteries. Batteries slash speed, I guess. So on the two-wheel drive for drags and stuff, like going straight is going to be ultimately faster. It's lighter. You probably gear it taller. It's going to be faster than a four-wheel drive. But the four-wheel drive going uphill is going to pull harder than the two-wheel drive, hence the term 4x4. It's just going to naturally pull harder. But I haven't really shot the 4x4 up much, like, I guess, hill stuff yet. Just haven't had it that long. But my two-wheel drive, I like to take it to the sand, in the sand dunes. And the one thing I found out with it is once you get it going straight, it does not like to turn in the sand. So hopefully that 4x4 will help it get a little better. I mean, I don't really know for a fact yet because I've never tried it. But I guess that'll come pretty soon. Pretty sure we're going to have a video on that. Another thing we're going to talk about is spur gears. As you guys know, these things are plastic and they are a bitch to replace. I'm sorry I said that, but they piss me off, especially on the two-wheel drives. They have these 72 pitch gears, or not 72, 32 pitch gears, fucking 48 pitch gears, and they like to break because the teeth are so small. You get a little piece of sand in there and it offsets the mesh just a little bit and you'll take all your teeth off that. 4x4s, on the other hand, are a 32 pitch gear. The teeth are a lot bigger on them. Now, I have blown a set of A-arms off this car before, but I still have my OG spur gear. It's still hanging in there. I'm not sure how, but I've had this car for about 5 months, and it's still got the original spur gear in it. No teeth are missing. It's not worn at all. It's just running strong. Where a two-wheel drive gear, you'll be lucky if you get 2 weeks on it, if you drive it every day. So those gears are like $3 a pop, and you have to drop the entire back half of the car off to do that for the 4x4, and the two-wheel drive is just that little tiny gear cover. But saying that, the two-wheel drive transmission is weak in my mind. It does not hold up on brushless power if you drive it a lot. It's fine if you like to putt around with it and just drive it occasionally, but if you're like an avid RC driver, look somewhere else for a two-wheel drive car. Now, I've had, mine's right there with the f***ing blown off right side. But the transmission just doesn't hold up. You're always stripping the idler gears or that little slipper shaft of the pin or something. You're always doing something. And I think my record for this transmission is taken apart like 5 or 6 times in a weekend. And that really, yeah, it definitely puts a hole in your pocket after a while. So if you're looking for a two-wheel drive car, look elsewhere. Look something at more like the Blitz or something, because that car's strong as hell. So, I guess we're going to talk about shocks next. So, there are a lot of aftermarket shock options for both of these cars. Traxxas does make the GTRs and the big bores, and the Ultra Shocks. Now, the Ultra Shocks are pretty much garbage. I mean, the shock shaft is bent, and you can't really tune them that well. The GTRs are, in my mind, the best out of the Ultra Shocks, big bores, and the GTRs. Because all the big bore is basically a metal Ultra Shock in my mind. But that's me. Anyways, we have a completely another video on that if you want to go check that out. But that pretty much sums it up for this review. I mean, hope you guys liked it. If you guys have any questions, just ask them in the comment section below. Make sure to subscribe for forward videos. Thanks for watching. See you guys later.